Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder again with another AITA story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for Not Respecting My Daughter-in-Law's Boundaries When She Gives Birth and Laughing in Her Face? This is a saucy title. I'm a 59-year-old woman and my youngest son, 20, James, is about to welcome his first child with his wife, 21, Jenna. Fake names for the story's sake. With Jenna being 8 months pregnant, they've sent out a list of rules, which is about visits and rules when you do come to visit. Some are a bit ridiculous. I honestly thought most, if not all of the rules didn't apply to me, especially not seeing the baby for at least 2 months, because you see they both live rent/bill free in my home. Oh, now it's all making sense. Now, I say this before it's mentioned. I don't want to be in the delivering room, nor care what they call the baby. That's their business. I bought most of the baby stuff and I've given them 2 rooms in my house with 3 years to find their own place. I first thought it was a mistake when they sent the email to me, but while we were eating dinner, I brought it up. My son lost his ability to speak, but Jen told me. Well, like permanently lost his ability to speak or was just surprised? They expect me to stay downstairs in the guest room, giving them the whole upstairs to themselves. And if I want to use the kitchen, I'll have to text them to make sure it's okay. Or I would turn 1 bedroom upstairs into a kitchen so it could be an apartment so we wouldn't be bothering each other. I honestly bust out laughing because I thought they were joking. Then James asked me what was so funny. They were serious and I need to respect their boundaries or I'll never have a relationship with my grandchild. Jenna was crying at this point, saying I'm ruining this magical time for them by being disrespectful. I told them that it's my home and I'm doing them a big favor. If they don't like it, they can sleep on the beach. As for not letting me see the baby, well, I don't want a relationship if they're going to use the child as a means to get their way in my home. They packed their bags and left for a hotel, telling me I'm a heartless monster. I don't want to ask my other kids or friends because I don't want others being involved, so I come here for unbiased advice. Wow, this one took a big turn from the title. Remember, the title was Am I the Astronaut for Not Respecting My Daughter-in-Law's Boundaries When She Gives Birth and Laughing in Her Face? Just by title alone, you're like, wow, this mother-in-law's awfully heartless and this is terrible and what the hell? But it's the other way around, and you wouldn't have ever guessed it from the title. These are just really entitled people. It's her youngest son who's 20. She's 59, so it's her baby boy. But she's been letting them stay there for how long? She says, I've given them 2 rooms on my house with 3 years to find their own place. So we don't know when that 3 years started, but woof. That's really tough. So they didn't communicate this with her ahead of time. They didn't say, hey, we're trying to find a way to make this work. What if we did this? What if we did this? They just created their own effing rules in her house. And we're like, yeah, we get the whole upstairs. You're going to have to stay downstairs. Yeah, this is our house now. We're not going to pay for anything, but this is our house now. And she bought all the baby stuff. And you're just going to be like, wow, this takes entitlement to a new flipping level. And it's an absolutely shit thing to do. Yeah. Okay. So from the mother-in-law's perspective here, or the mom's perspective, soon to be grandma at this point, if she isn't already, I think you have to look at what is the right thing to do for your grandchild. And obviously she wants to take care of the kid. I don't think she's going to kick them out, but she needs to help these parents learn how to be independent so that they can provide for their child. And that's going to take some tough love because right now their outlook on life and their worldview isn't going to get them anywhere. It's going to put them in situations where this kid is not going to be well taken care of. And right now, she at least has the ability to directly contribute to helping make sure that this kid is cared for. She's got to help to teach them another way. I don't know if that's possible, but it's gotta be. And as if I were in her position, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna have a tough love course right now because there are only so many people that you can take advantage of before you have no one left. And then what? Will you be homeless? What are you gonna do? You have a baby now. You don't get to do shit like that. You have to be thinking ahead. You have to be thinking about how you're gonna provide for your child. You don't get to just burn bridges and just take shit from people because it's not how the world works. Your parents now. Get your heads out of your asses and start being responsible humans. Quit being shit humans. Quit thinking that you can treat people like this because guess what? You're going to teach your kid the same thing. Is that how you want your kid to treat? Someday, when your kid meets someone and they're living with you for free because you've given them a place to stay and they try to confine you to the dungeon below and take over your home, without talking to you ahead of time, what are you going to do? Because this is what you've taught them to do. You're leading by example, whether you realize it or not. Tough love. And if that means temporarily having them stay somewhere else, then so be it. Obviously, OP grandma here wants to be able to have a relationship with her grandchild, but she recognizes that they're using this kid as a weapon already, and the kid isn't even here yet. and that's garbage. So she created a boundary, reinforced the boundary, and good for her. NTA. What about her son? Because you've got a double-edged sword here, right? You've got, if you try to do the right thing, long game, which is teach your son and his, whatever she is, to be responsible parents, they're going to lash out against it, and you're not going to be able to have as close of a relationship with your child, with your grandchild, if you would, as you would like. But if you let this crap keep going, that's obviously not going to fly, and it's going to teach them something that they're going to pass on, and they're going to teach their kids the right thing to do. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. Now, I guess the question is, are they teachable? As long as they fail forward. That's the tough part. You know, I am all for letting someone fail so that they learn how to pick themselves back up. And sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you start rebuilding yourself. The complication here is you've got her at 8 months pregnant. If you can find a way to teach these people the right way so that everything works out and you're still able to provide and have a relationship with your grandkid, but show them a path that will let them actually raise their kid right, then that's great. You got to grow up at some point. And for a lot of people, that point is when you have a kid. Like you start having the, oh shit, like I've got to be responsible. I've got to take care of things. I've got to make sure that I'm budgeting. I've got to provide for a family now. It's not just me. It's not me just being able to mooch off of someone for everything. I have another human that I have to care for now. And as the grandma in this position, I imagine it's really complicated. NTA though, good on you for creating a boundary and reinforcing it. And if you are going to let them fail, you just have to try to help them fail forward. Try. You obviously can't do everything for them. You may just have to let them fail, period, and hit rock bottom. But if there is a way to show them a better way, then I would take advantage of it.